beautiful people. How are you doing today? My name is Deshola. If this is your first time seeing my video, thank you. And if you are a regular customer, if you're a regular viewer, thank you. I'm grateful. So today we are going to be very I don't want to waste time on this video. We are just going to be talking about postpartum period. So if you are pregnant, if you are currently pregnant, if you just had your baby, or if you are trying to get pregnant, or you're planning to get pregnant sometime, trust me, this video is going to be very helpful to you. So I want you to stay and watch this video. Okay, honestly, I'm going to be talking about my own experience most times, but I know I don't think I'll be the only one that went through that kind of postpartum. So it's probably going to be helpful for someone out there, and at least someone can relate to what I felt when during my own postpartum period. Okay, so first, postpartum is between when you first have your baby till about 3-4 months. But honestly, postpartum is more than that. Like, it can be up to 6 months after you had your baby. But we are just going to concentrate on when you have your baby until about 4 months after you had your baby. So when I had my baby is currently 13 months old. So when I had my baby, my pregnancy was good. Honestly, I love being pregnant. I love being pregnant. But my postpartum was hard. My postpartum period was so hard. Honestly, the amount of time I cried during those few weeks, honestly, I don't think I've ever cried like that since my adult life. It was stressful. I am going to be mentioning those things that were hard for me during my postpartum period. So if you're someone that is pregnant, these are things you can avoid, okay? So it can help you too. Okay, so let's get straight into the video. So one of the things that was tough for me during my postpartum period was breastfeeding. Breastfeeding to a pregnant person is simple. When I was pregnant, I just thought, when I have my baby, my milk will start coming out and I'll start doing breastfeeding and all of that. Honestly, I wanted to do exclusive breastfeeding where my baby will be on breast milk for 6 months, but I didn't know that sometime your breast milk will not come out. So so when I had my baby through cesarean section. So when I had my baby, my milk wasn't coming out, and the nurses will come in, try to help me pump my breast. If the milk was going to come out, it was not coming out, and my nipple was so sore. It was painful. I was still going through pain down there. Everything was just hurting. So when we got discharged, my mom was I was drinking pap every day. She would help me massage my breast and everything. I think my milk started coming in about 3 days after I had my baby. And so because my baby was so used to drinking formula in the bottle, it was used to it. So it was not hard to get into action. It was not patient with me. I would try to do it. I would be crying, and it got to some point I was tired. I was just tired. I was done. I'm like, you know what? I'm done with this. I'm not. My headspace was messed up. I was tired. I would check online, see if people are going through the same thing I'm going through. Then I realized it's actually a pretty common thing. People, they just don't talk about it as often as they should. So breastfeeding can be hard. Okay, so if you are someone currently pregnant, if you are going through the same thing, trust me, you are not alone. You are not alone. So before you have your baby, probably by 36 weeks, I'm going to advise that you start pumping. 36 weeks, 37 weeks, you can start pumping, because I heard that pumping your breast before your due date can induce labor, right? But by 37 weeks, I think you should be good. So once you start pumping, you start getting your body ready. It will stimulate your brain to think the baby is here, so you can start producing milk. So if you can get your milk, if you start pumping and you get your milk at least by 38 weeks, your milk are coming out already. Good, good. I think I'm going to do this when I'm trying to have another baby. Okay. And if you are currently going through this situation, maybe your baby is not latching on, you are pumping, you have just 1 ml of milk, you don't really have a lot of milk. Make sure the baby is well fed. The baby should be good. Trust me. My baby is one of the strongest baby I have ever seen. It's tall, it's healthy, it's fine. It's talking right now saying mama, daddy. So if a baby well fed is good. If your milk is not coming out, just do formula and everything will be under control. God is going to take care of everything. Okay. So the second thing that made my postpartum hard was, like I said before, I went through cesarean section. So the cuts and the stitching and everything was it was painful. It was so painful. I was in labor. Okay, throughout my pregnancy, everything was good. Everything was good. I had a beautiful pregnancy. I was working 2 jobs when I was pregnant. I was working 2 jobs. That was how good everything was. But by my 39 weeks, I started leaking fluid and everything. So I was in labor. I had to be induced. I was in labor for 26 hours. I was in labor for 26 hours. So at that point, I had no other option. And they were asking if I wanted to wait more. And I'm like, no, I don't want to wait more. I don't want this to end up being an emergency C-section. Let's just go ahead and do it now. Because my body was swollen. My eyes, my feet, my legs, everywhere was swollen. I was so weak. I was tired. I was over it. I was over it. So when I had my baby, I was grateful. Like, yes, thank God we are done. We are done. But when I got home, I was using my pain medication. Of course, they gave me enough pain medication. But when I got home, I was still feeling, the pain medication will not stop you from feeling pain. It will just reduce the pain. Okay. So when the pain medication start wearing off in your body, you start feeling the pain again. So for the first week after I had my baby, it was painful. It was painful. As in, this is how I would sleep on the bed. This is how I would stay on the bed. I would just sit up. Because if I lie down on the bed, to get up to go to the bathroom to pee was a struggle. It was a struggle. Like I had to hold my tummy to stand up. So I will sit up because that way, if my baby is crying, I can just take him. I can easily carry him and feed him. If I need to use the bathroom, I can easily stand up. My mom will be like, just rest small, just lie down small, I'm like, it hurts. It hurts. You don't understand. This thing hurts. And I think they gave me oxycodone in the hospital. I couldn't use oxycodone because it was too powerful for me. If I use oxycodone, I start feeling like someone that is drunk or someone that is on drugs. I start feeling crazy. So I stopped taking oxycodone. I was just taking extra strength Tylenol, Motrin, and all that. So they helped, but it hurts. So the third thing that made my postpartum hard was I had constipation. They'll probably tell you to get stool softener in the hospital, or they'll probably give you in the hospital. Please take that stool softener very seriously. I didn't know, right? They didn't give me, when I got the shot, they didn't give me a stool softener. They only told me to buy a stool softener and make sure I use it. So I said, okay. So when we got discharged from the hospital, we went to my parents' place, and we just stayed there. I was, I just had a baby. I was tired, and I didn't really know. I was hungry, so I was eating, doing everything. And after like 2-3 days, I noticed I've not used the bathroom. And that was when I realized, oh, I'm probably constipated. I drank water, orange juice, those things. I'll just make you come now. I had chronic constipation. At that time, I had to go, I had to send my husband to buy me a stool softener. He got me stool softener. I was drinking, I was using medication. I was using it morning, afternoon, and night. Oh, I would cry in the bathroom. I would cry. Even thinking about it right now is making me feel somehow. But it was hard. So if you're someone pregnant right now, please take your stool softener very dear to your heart. Start taking it immediately you leave the hospital. Start taking it as soon as you start eating after having your baby. Start taking your stool softener. You don't want to go through that constipation. Till now, because of that, I developed hemorrhoid, and it's something I'm still battling with right now. Even till now, my baby is 13 months. That was the hardest part of postpartum. Oh no, I cried. Okay. So also one of the things that also made it was not bad, but I wish I had more time after I had my baby, because of the kind of job that I do. They wanted me to come back as early as possible because no one was really there to help me cover. So I had to go back to work a month after I had my baby. A month. But now the good thing about it is I was able to transition from going into the office to staying home. Till now, I still work from home. So I work from home. They helped me set up at home my office space. So I started working from home. But it was a month after I had my baby. So it was that part. And I have to be on call, like I do calls. So that part also made it kind of hard that I had my baby. So this is my own experience, okay? So if you're if you're currently pregnant, trying to have a baby, sometime, or you are going through everything that I mentioned, please take it easy on yourself. Trust me, there are so many women like you. There are so many women going through what you are going through. You are not the only one. And trust me, you will get through it. It gets better. You get better. Okay, once you start seeing your baby grow, meeting every milestones, you start feeling happy, and everything is worth it. Okay, and I hope God will help you. I hope you learn something. God will help every pregnant mothers and every mother out there. It is not easy. Once you have that baby, your life changed forever. Like everything about you will now have to do with that child. We have to do with your children. Like before you even remember yourself, you remember your child first. So I just pray for every mothers out there. The Lord will help you. We stand by you. We stand with you in every situation, every step of the way. The Lord will ease your burden in the name of Jesus. Thank you for watching this video. I love you. Bye.